Good evening, everyone.
Good
Yeah.
evening, Dr. Naeem.
Hi, Dr. Ashi.
Hi, everyone. So
Good
my
evening.
voice is my voice is audible. That's wonderful. So I think we'll wait for one more minute, and then we're gonna start our session today. Would it be okay?
Yes,
That's
thank you.
fine. Thanks.
Busi, I'll take a help from you that please make sure that if the participants are on, just allow or admit them in the session. Thank you.
Sure, will do.
Perfect. So today's session will be a very meaningful session because we will be discussing about the differences between DBA and PhD, and we will see where are we now and where we are heading to. Now, can you see the transition going on the slides? Is it good for you?
No, I can't see any slides on my side. Colleagues, can I ask someone else just to comment on whether they can see the slides?
Yeah, sure.
The
Probably
slide is
now,
showing.
now it's
Yeah, it's
showing.
there.
And
Mm-hmm.
what about earlier? Or were they good earlier? I mean, when I was using the transition?
I think it's best if maybe you go back to the presentation mode
Yeah,
because then the screen would be a bit bigger.
yeah, sure. Thank you.
All right then.
Let's start our presentation now. And as suggested, I'm putting it on full screen. I hope the presentation is visible to all of you.
Yes, it is,
Is
Dr.
it? Great. So let's talk about DBA versus PhD, a tale of two pathways. I am Arshinaim with you, and today I will be discussing about the differences, the similarities, the scope, and to learn where are we and where are we going to head on. In today's session, after completing our entire discussion, you will be able to compare and contrast the objectives of Doctors of Business Administration and PhD programs, which is Doctors of Philosophy. You will also be able to identify the career outcomes for both programs, both degrees. Now, which degree or which program aligns with your personal and professional goals? Each one of us here have a different objectives, different professional and personal goals. Depends on if those goals will be met by doing a doctor's in business administration or a PhD program. That we have to decide personally. In a very simple term, if I have to say, DBA is a professional doctorate degree and PhD is a doctor of philosophy. So from the very term, it's more philosophical, knowledge based, theory based when we talk about PhD. And when we talk about DBA, it's more of practice, more of applications in the real scenario. So we have our own targets for doing a DBA or a PhD. When we are doing a DBA, it's about doing something in a practical scenario, and PhD more theoretical based. But the important thing that both are terminal degrees. The importance of both program cannot be overshadowed or cannot be, you can say, overshadowed or reduced. Both have different purposes and they cater distinct professional goals. So we are here to distinguishedly give the relevance of both programs. Today, we are not here to explain that DBA is better than PhD, or for example, PhD is better than DBA. It's about understanding what these two programs are and what best fit for our goals. Primarily, PhD is an academic or research oriented degree or a program which focus more on theory development, contributing in scholarly knowledge, preparing the graduates for catering, you can say positions in academics, research institutions, or even in high level consulting. And when we say DBA, it's also a terminal degree which aims at business leaders, emphasizing on applied research to solve real problems. And for example, often you will find that it is more focusing on industry or executive leadership than of taking a places in academics. But that doesn't mean actually that if someone is a DBA cannot pursue a career in academics, or someone is a PhD cannot pursue a career in, for example, professional setup or in industries. Both can go hand in hand. It's just about that PhD brings or have a focus on theories, and DBA has more focus on real scenario applications. This is a very beautiful explanation of differences and similarities. The difference is based on the focus. So DBA is about applied research. It is basically designed for experiments, or you can say experienced professionals. However, that doesn't restrict young professionals or the fresh graduates to pursue DBA. But the only point is that the unique idea about DBA is that it's prepared for experienced professionals. It solves real world business problems. It's more oriented towards industry, aimed at executives and senior managers. Typically, you can say it is pursued in a part time along with some career. Like, for example, you're already working in some banks or you are having your own businesses.
Dr. Ashi, you're on mute. Thank you.
You're back now, Dr. Ashi?
Yes, I'm back. I was thinking that it's okay. So I have to start from the beginning. Thank you for informing me.
From
Okay, now,
slide 6 would do.
sorry, the slides are showing.
Yes, the slides
Yes,
are
the
showing.
slides are
Go
showing.
back 1 minute. Don't go back to the very start.
Okay. Okay, shall we start from here? The philosophy and the purpose?
No,
That's
just from
okay.
the latest slide where you were.
Differences between similarities and differences.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much for acknowledging this point. So, when we talk about differences, we say that the focus of DBA is more practical applied and it's more for the experienced professional. I insist on this point that the program is designed for experienced professional, but that doesn't prevent young professionals or the fresh graduates to pursue DBA program. It is just that to create a niche, to focus on the need of something which has not been served by other programs, DBA came up with a, you can say, ideal platform for knowledge sharing and knowledge enhancement. However, when we say PhD, it's more theoretical and academic research designed for seeking people who would like to work in universities or institutions or academic scenario, or they would like to contribute in some business theories. So more, it's more like, people who would like to be professors, scholars, and academicians, researchers. And we see that most of the time, PhD is done in a full-time mode. Part-time, usually it's like not very commonly available. Then we have similarities also. Both are terminal degrees in business or in other programs, you can say. Both require a rigorous research and dissertation and thesis work. It is developed in critical thinking and can lead to consulting roles. It also, both of the degrees actually, works on, you can say, research methodology. And you have to have expertise on research methodology, be it quantitative methods or qualitative methods. Here you see a beautiful Venn diagram showing you the differences and the similarities that just we have seen. But in this particular diagram, it's very easy for you to identify. Like DBA, okay, it's a practical approach. PhD, it's focused on theoretical research. It's more applied, it's DBA. It's about academic original contribution, okay, it is PhD. When we talk about leadership and management focus, the program is DBA. When we talk about teaching, academics, professors, definitely we are focusing on PhD. When we are about or focus on organizational change or implementation, we talk about, you can say, DBA. And when we are doing a specialization in particular, you can say, discipline based on theories and framework, which means we are talking about PhD. So the differences are pretty clear. And when we say similarities, both have the fundamental of, you can say, framework of research methodology. Both require critical thinking and analysis, data interpretation, data collection. You need expertise in businesses and other disciplines if you would like to pursue your program. So these are the similarities which explain that both are so important in their own context. Here I have this again a difference, but this difference would be very interesting for you to learn. DBA is more business focused. We know that. PhD is academic focused, applied research, theoretical research. But what about in terms of duration? PhD, usually we say it is 2.5 or 2.6 years, like 2 years, 6 months, so on, depending on different universities and programs. But typically, I have not seen a single PhD completing less than 4 years, to be honest. I myself did my PhD in almost 4 years. I just touched 4 years. Or some are excellent scholars, maybe they could do it in 3.5 or 3.8, but definitely it was like a very hard struggle. And I have usually not seen that the thesis passed external reviews just in like in one review or two reviews. So in terms of duration, it is more rigorous, it's more tedious, it's like requiring more years. Whereas DBA is flexible because it is made for the professionals. It is made for the people who are already into work and they would like to enhance their knowledge. So it has a very flexible, you can say, scenario where you can complete your DBA in 2 years. Like we are blessed, we definitely have a unique selling proposition in European Global Institute of Innovation and Technology, where we have 2 years DBA. Similarly, there could be other institutes also having it, but this is our, you can say, very, very strong competitive advantage. And mostly we see that it says that it starts from 3 years, and depending on different programs and universities, they may allow for 6 years. However, we see, since it is based on applied research and mostly the professionals are taking up the topics which they are doing at the workplace. So that makes DBA very interesting. For example, I'm working in AI firm and I would like to see how AI is working in my firm. I would take a topic from my work. So it will be like applying the theories in the real scenario. I'll be learning from my mistakes. I will be, you can say, formulating some frameworks that will be used by other firms and companies. So practically, I am applying the theories in the real scenario at my workplace. At the same time, I am having a degree based on that and contributing in the learning environment. So in totality, I am making a very good contribution while I'm doing a DBA. Again, I'm not trying to overshadow the importance of DBA, but this is very important to say. I would like to hear from you that how about you would like share your experience about DBA, like what's your idea? That how would you like to apply your research objectives in your, you know, can say in your profession?
I can share quickly. I think in the profession that I'm in, which is psychology, the norm is to do a PhD just because of the theoretical research element that is involved. But I think if I look at the work that I do working within corporate environments, for me, I chose to go the DBA route precisely because of its applied approach, right? I think in all my other qualifications, I got the research and the theory element. But in order to make a practical and a tangible difference in the workplace, I found that the DBA would be more valuable for me in terms of exploring things like management practices, employee dynamics in the workplace. Also, I think it also doesn't hurt that the DBA is significantly shorter than the PhD. Yeah, so those are some of the reasons that I ended up going with the DBA versus the PhD.
Wonderful, a great contribution. And anyone else would like to share their experience on this particular topic?
Hi, Ashi. Like, I want to know, can you give me some real-time example of this applied research term?
You unmute again, Dr. Ashi.
Yeah, we will be having a great discussion today based on this topic. I will give you a list of research objectives and we will try to silver line the difference between DBA and PhD, that how a particular topic can become an applied one and how a particular topic can become a theoretical one. So this is a part of our webinar today. We will do this a bit later. So my first question was just wanted to learn from you that would you be able to identify your research objectives while you are working in a particular sector? Okay, I already have some good insights. Let's move ahead. Can you see my slides? Okay.
Yes.
Thanks. So here is a quick statistics from EMCI, and we see the demand of doctoral credentials that we see it is gradually increasing. We know that DBA is not, you can say, an old program. It was just maybe 1950. I have just discussed it in the previous workshop also. It was introduced in Harvard Business in 1950. And now many universities and institutes are opening DBA program. So we see a gradual growth from 2012 to 2020. And you can see the projected growth and you can see that how online completion has been increased for the doctoral degrees. There are many institutes are providing complete online PhD. Sorry, DBA. Here you can see a growth trend of DBA and PhD, which is from 2018 to 2024. And I have taken this statistics from different universities, enrollment data. We did a small research actually before this workshop. We wanted to see how DBA is going in the market so that you can learn, you can be proud of that you are doing a program or you are intending to do a program which is already a latest trend in the market. So we saw that DBA is really having a good incremental trend, as you can see here, from 2018 to 24, and we have already started 2025, and we assume that the projected growth will be higher than 2024. So this is just a statistics for you to learn that what is the market trend. Now here I have the answer for the questions asked just some time before. Applied versus theoretical research in a DBA. But one thing is very important when we say applied, although we say that we are applying in a real scenario, but PhD somehow is also a part of applied research. And DBA is also a part of theoretical research. We will see how things are going hand in hand and how things are also getting bifurcated. This is also the objective of this session. So when we say DBA, if the purpose is, for example, the aspect is purpose, you can say it will solve a real business problem by applying any applications maybe machine learning, data visualization. Maybe you would like to apply HR analytics, or you would like to work in healthcare sector, depending on your choice. And the theoretical aspect will be that it will be expanding the existing theories and concepts in the applications. So it is using theories. We cannot say that DBA is completely applied without having any application of theories. It has to have a foundation. The focus is practical and bringing a solution that can really solve the real problems, the real situations, real issues existing either in the firm or in the market. So while doing a DBA, many a times we will see that new models are developed, new frameworks are developed for solving a particular problem. The approaches are more case-based, more experimental and fieldwork in DBA. And it relies on, you can say, evidence-based research, where we call it as literature review and conceptual analysis, where we see that what were the similar scenarios in the past, how were they solved, and how you can say the outcomes were achieved. Based on that, some new frameworks are formulated. Outcomes are it provide actionable recommendation, whereas theoretical is that it will enhance or advance academic knowledge and theory. Now you would like to know who are the audiences when we say for DBA. They could be business leaders, they could be executives and practitioners. Whereas if you are just focusing on theoretical, then they are in academics, researchers, and scholars. Now I have included scholars and researchers in academia. However, in the beginning of the presentation, I said that DBA is more into professional setup. Because when we say they are more into professional setup, we welcome that. But we cannot prevent, now this is very important, that the doors are open for academicians also, researchers also, scholars also to join DBA. We don't prevent them. It's just that the program is designed for the professionals. So this is very important to understand. Examples are, you can say, leadership strategies. Now we talk about emotional intelligence style of leadership, which is really promoted under DBA program. And here we can have many leadership theories. And out of those, there could be the best theory, having a combination of a theory or having a new theory under DBA program. The impact is more about providing a decision-making processes in business, and the research, theoretical research is long-term influence on academic thinking. When we do the same kind of segmentation for PhD, we will see that you can find that how this can work. For example, purpose is it's solving real business problems. So what you're doing, you're expanding academic knowledge and theories. This is what we say. Now, the focus is that practice application in industry or organization. Now, when you are doing this, if this is a focus, the same objectives I have taken from the previous. But when we are doing a PhD, it's more about conceptual development. Now, you will not be actually providing a solution to the industry. What will you do in PhD? You will provide a conceptual development. You will give a hypothesis testing. You will give, for example, that you can say that these are the variables, and these variables are independent or dependent variables, for example. Now, it is up to you to test in your scenario if the variables are dependent, if they are affecting, what are the cause and effect. That's what PhD does. Now, we can have some research questions. For example, how does artificial intelligence impact employee productivity in retail? If it is applied. If it is theoretical based, we will say that what are the mechanism of artificial intelligence driven modules for decision making process. The methodologies we can use any, for example, we can use experiments, surveys, case studies, but these are all, you can say, mostly qualitative methods, but surveys are definitely quantitative ones. So we are having mixed methods. In theoretical framework, we can explain from statistical modeling, or you can say statistical mathematical modeling, or simulation techniques can be applied. So when it is applied, you will be able to provide the best practices. And for theories, you will come up with, for example, refined models, deeper understanding. Now, for example, if you talk about the examples, then it's applied in engineering, education, business management, healthcare, and the disciplines can be much more than that. But when we talk about theoretical aspect, it's more about applying, for example, in physics, economics, psychology, developing new philosophies, for example. Now, what types of publication you are expecting? But again, I always insist that this research, where we are talking about the similarities and differences, where we are talking about the relevance, when we are talking about the applications, we are never restricting ourselves. We are always open for the DBA program as well as PhD. Like again, so coming back to publication type, so it's more about if you are in DBA, you will be more writing a white papers, you will be writing some, you can say report, whereas in PhD you will be more focusing on academic journals, peer reviewed, literature review based papers. Usually we do that. But that again doesn't mean that if you are doing a PhD, you cannot write a white paper. If you are doing a PhD, you cannot write a report. You can do that. But we should have a clear distinction also at the same time based on what is more prevalent. Career path is more into, you can say, consulting, government policy making, and industrial role, whereas in PhD, it's more about universities or think tanks or academics, research, so on. Let's take this as, you can say, an example or a point of discussion for all of us. Now, if I have a purpose that solve practical business challenge, this I would like to do it, okay? Now, if I am doing, for example, a PhD, and if I am doing a DBA, how this can change? Just, a same cola, but how you will fill in different bottles, how you will fill the same cola in PhD bottle and same cola in DBA bottle. Is there anyone who can, support this or discuss this? For example, you have to contribute in the business challenge. So if it is a PhD in applied, you will come up with some practical challenges and you would like to talk about the theories, you talk about the variables. If you talk about the theoretical aspect, you will develop a new theory and the concepts. It is a simple scenario. Now, the same purpose, when you move to DBA, you will not only talk about how to solve it, you will also address the real business problems. You will address it. You will go back to evidence-based research. You will identify how those were solved, which could be best applied in this situation. And all these will be supported by advanced business theories when we'll move to theoretical aspect. The next aspect is focus. For example, our focus is some specific business area. So applied PhD, you can say that we will be studying some theories that can be applied in specific business areas, let's say medium scale organizations, and how they are following supply chain management. It's just an example. So general scenario you are talking about. Theoretical, you can talk about the academics, the theories of supply chain management, logistics, how did they apply? The same focus when you move to DBA, now you are coming up with the issues and strategies in supply chain management, in the practical management, for example. And then you will also be able to understand that what leadership styles were followed. For example, you will take 3 different small scale organizations and you will see that how these 3 different organizations worked, what were the leadership theories they have applied, what strategies did they apply, and what were the outcomes. The next is open for you to discuss, which is a research question. How the research question can change while we are just changing, you can say, approach. Like, for example, how does digital marketing impact brand loyalty? If this is a question, you say it is a PhD question. It looks like a PhD question, which can be used in applied research. Now, how does digital marketing impact brand loyalty? The simple examples could be taken, for example, from taking few firms, how did they apply, and how did they achieve brand loyalty? I will quickly jump to DBA for the same. How can digital marketing strategies be optimized for small, medium enterprises? Now here, when we are talking about DBA, the same question changed a bit in terms of outcomes, that we would like to see how they are working, how they are positively contributing, what were the advantages and disadvantages, what they will contribute in the future learning, the trends, for example. Okay, now move to, for example, theoretical research. What are the psychological mechanisms behind brand loyalty? Now we are just talking about some theories here. And jumping to DBA, we can explain, for example, the best consumer brand relationship that already applied by some firms. Methodology, yes, yes, please. Is there any question here? Okay. So when we move to methodology, we cannot prevent. We usually like to use mixed methods, quantitative and qualitative. But when we are doing an applied research, mostly it is advisable to also see the case studies and experiments. And in theoretical part, we are more into hypothesis testing in PhD. In DBA, we are doing action research, we are doing real world case studies, and theoretical, we are doing critical analysis about existing business models. In terms of outcomes, we are more into, for example, solutions, management insights, recommendations, whereas in theoretical aspects, we can come up with new models, advancements, but DBA is giving you the best practices. They are explaining you some evidences to what you can follow for your firm. And for theories, it will give you some examples or understanding for existing framework. Now, examples in the field, you can say you get the examples in PhD is more broader. You can say, like, for example, marketing, finance, business, HRM. In theories, for example, leadership, organizational behavior, economics. But when we are heading to DBA, it's, for example, says executive leadership. Now, executive leadership is a part of, for example, leadership theories, organizational behavior. So we are getting more specific while we are talking about DBA. Theoretical concepts, we can talk about business transformation, strategic innovation. Again, coming back to the publication type, again, we cannot restrict. However, we are here to discuss few differences. So it's more about practice-oriented journals, some reports. So we usually see that PhD in applied research, mostly you will see in the medical disciplines, you will find, or psychology, you will find there more. However, in DBA, you can do these research in all types of disciplines. For academics and theoretical, you can depend on academic journals or peer-reviewed journals. For DBA, you like to write a white paper, management case studies, even the blog. Blog also work very well with DBA. You can have, for example, your ideas shared on some social networking like LinkedIn. And for theoretical, it's more scholarly business research journals. Career paths, usually it's about business leadership roles, industries, academics, research institutions, whereas for DBA, it's more into leadership consultancy, executive. Also, you can be a part of faculty, research leadership, and business school. You are not prevented to do that. Now, here I have some exercise, and I would all of you to fasten your seatbelts and give the answers for all these questions from your experiences, ideas, and the differences that you understand between DBA and PhD, not only what I have explained to you. So here is a research question for you. I say that this question belongs to DBA. How can artificial intelligence-driven customer service enhance customer satisfaction in the banking sector? Let me try the full screen for you if it works here. Yeah, it's working. Is it working, audiences? Dear participants, is it working for you?
Yes, it's working, Dr. Ashi.
Great.
Yes,
So
it is.
now,
Thank you.
great. So now I say that this question belongs to a DBA research question. How can artificial intelligence-driven customer service enhance customer satisfaction in the banking sector? Is there anyone who would like to say or who would like to argue a point that no, it doesn't belong to DBA research question, or agree with me? So please justify this point. How would you justify? I have a justification. Yeah, carry on, please.
This is mostly like a question where we have to give the answer on the customer service. So there is not more research is not needed for thing, I think.
Yeah, anyone else who would like to contribute?
I think for me, it would be applied research because the question itself is not conceptual in nature. So you're not being asked to develop a conceptual model for customer service. You're actually doing a practical investigation of how this is practically applied within a specific industry or sector.
Great. So we are actually testing the outcome. We have already artificial intelligence strategies. We already have it, right? We already have the models of artificial intelligence. We applied this model in the banking sector, and we see that how customer services can be improved. And then we see after applications, banking sectors have achieved customer satisfaction or not. So this is definitely an applied research. Thank you for your contribution. Now here I have a PhD research question which is based on theoretical research. Here is a question for you. What is the impact of artificial driven customer interactions on consumer trust? And how does it modify existing trust theories in service marketing? So what's your justification, participants here? From the flavor of the question, from the style, from the way the question is presented to you, are you able to identify that if it's a theory-based or an applied question? Is there anyone to contribute? Yeah, we say that this question is theoretical based. Why? Because it is seeking to expand or apply and advance theories of service marketing. And it will also be investigating some interactions or applications of AI driven. So the goal is to contribute in academic literature rather to learn about some practical outcome. Do you agree with me, dear participants?
Ma'am, I have a question here.
Yes, please.
First question, how can AI-driven customer service enhance the customer satisfaction in the banking sector? For this question,
Yeah.
it looks like very simple question, right? For this, anybody will work on this for like a 3 years thesis.
No. Now this is now you when we say a research question, you have a different set of idea now. See, we never have one research question in the program, even if you do DBA or a PhD. Your goal can be one. You understand me? Your goal can be one, but you will have maybe 3 to 4 research questions where you will be testing many things. For example, you would like to test customer satisfaction also. Now, you would also would like to test that after achieving customer satisfaction, how the banking sector has enhanced its brand image. To learn about the enhancement of brand image, you would like to know maybe more accounts are open. You can say more credibility, more loans are sanctioned. So this could take a broader platform. So this is a very small and specific example. It doesn't reflect the entire dissertation is based on this particular topic. However, let me clarify to you, even this topic, this research question looks very simple to you, but this simple research question is one of a big area of, you can say, a research contribution. It is not a simple research question. It explains when we say customer satisfaction, what are the different indicators? I mean, I'm not here to explain you the indicators of customer satisfaction. It's just that I am the person from customer relationship management, so I can give you some good ideas. Now, when we talk about customer satisfaction, there are so many indicators that we would like to test. Testing all these indicators by the application of artificial intelligence itself is a huge area of study. So I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. So if suppose in this research, when we find
Yes.
out that the customer satisfaction needs to be improved or the problem is not solved, so do we have to find out the solution for that?
Yes, my dear. It's a very good question, actually. We are not here to provide, you can say, a positive or a negative solution. We are here to see the outcomes. Now, how can artificial intelligence can work on it? Now, we applied, for example, okay, and we found that yes, customer satisfaction is achieved. And then at the same time, we found no, it is not achieved in this way. Then again, we have a chance to modify our indicators to see we have the chance to, you can say, reframe our work. And that is the beauty of DBA, that you do not follow a waterfall model. I also would like to have another maybe a lecture on explaining the different types of you can say the models that we have to apply in our research framework. So we do not follow a waterfall model, which means that from, for example, once we have identified the research objectives and we move to planning, and then we move to, for example, identifying the or evaluation of alternatives. In waterfall model, you cannot get back to the previous step. In DBA, you always have the chance to get back and reframe your work, reframe your ideas, because you have to come up with some kind of contribution to the solution. Now, solution could be negative and positive. That is another part of the another part of argument or another part of discussion. Yes, please.
Okay, ma'am.
Good. Let's move ahead. Okay. Now, this is DBA and PhD. Both are graduate journey, same research objectives, but research outcomes are, you can say, different. So objectives could look similar to you, but when you are doing a PhD, you would like to deal the same thing in a different way. And when you're doing a DBA, you would like to deal it in a different way. I'll give you an example from, you can say, a patient coming to you can say a doctor who is having you can say knowledge from a medicine or a psychologist. Both are dealing the same patient, for example, some you can say mental conditions. A psychiatrist would be having a different process, methodology, and treatment, and diagnostic styles also. And a psychologist who is a part of social science or a science background will deal the same patient with a different treatment pattern. So both, there's a very small difference, you can say, psychiatrist and psychologist. Both are dealing with some mental aspect, but the way of treatment is different. So you can see the objectives are, I did not, differentiate the objectives. I have just tried to say that if you are doing a PhD, how would you like to see things? And if you are a DBA student, please see the things in that, you can say, with that vision. Example is here. Examine the impact of digital marketing strategies on consumer behavior. It looks very general. Usually, we do not like to have objective which is so general or which is so broad. When we are doing a PhD or DBA, we have to be, or even a simple research paper that you would like to have it published in a journal, we would like to be very specific about objectives that we have discussed in the previous session also. That objectives have to be very clear and straightforward. So even then, let's take this. So the focus is investigate the theoretical underpinnings of digital marketing effect on consumer decision processes. So a PhD student will analyze the pattern, behavior, trend across the industries and will submit the thesis. Now the same DBA graduate, what they'll do, they will investigate first how digital marketing strategies are working in the real business world. They will do evidence-based research. Okay, there are 5 industries: agro-based, petrochemical, telecommunications, as an example. They have used, for example, digital marketing strategies in, for example, their 6 to 7 firms. Industry is a broader area, okay? And then how these 6 to 7 firms acted or reacted by the application of digital marketing strategies. So based on that, they will have their work aligned and they will come up, for example, what was the return on investment, what were the business outcomes. So the same topic, but the way that topic has been dealt or the objective has been dealt by the PhD graduate or by the DBA graduate becomes different. Let's take another example. Explore leadership styles in, for example, multinational corporation and their impact on employee engagement. I have given you very general topics. However, once you are actually in a DBA program, you have to be more specific. So a PhD graduate will talk about some leadership theories like transformational, transactional, and they will talk about the correlation between them and the employee engagement. However, a DBA graduate will go to the practical study. They will see what are the specific leadership styles, how did they work in multinational corporation. Is there any opportunity to have a combination of leadership styles if they can work in a particular, in a particular setup? They would like to apply, for example, different types of leadership styles for different firms, selling the same kind of products, say having the same kind of marketing strategy. So they are more specific and they would like to talk or create more niche in studying and investigating. I have another objective. Here, the role of entrepreneurship in fostering innovation in small and medium enterprises. So a PhD graduate will develop some theories. We'll talk about the relationships between entrepreneurs. They will also do some literature review. They will do some theoretical modeling. However, DBA will go and see what are the examples of entrepreneur concepts in real world, how they are, innovating the ideas, what are the key drivers, how they are innovating the businesses, and after innovation, what were the outcomes they achieved. I have a few more questions, interesting questions for you. Here, the effectiveness of performance appraisal system in employee productivity. So a PhD would definitely go and see what are the appraisal models, theoretical effectiveness, and overall impact on productivity in various sectors. But DBA would like to see that how, first of all, they will assess these performance appraisal systems, which performance appraisal system work best with what type of organization, and how do they improve the productivity, or you can say providing a real data that can help in making a good recommendation system. Another example I have from supply chain management. This explains, for example, the risk, the theories, the supply chain resilience, predictive models that we can use by PhD graduate. Whereas a DBA would be, having some kind of comparison. They will go back before the phase of COVID-19 and after the phase of COVID-19 and during the phase, how supply chain management was disrupted, for example, or improved or worked very well. So this is all about the approaches. I can take the 6th objective also, which is about investigating the role of HRM practices in shaping organizational culture. So a PhD graduate would like to do a theoretical analysis of human resource management practices, see what are the organizational cultures available by studying different industries. However, DBA graduate would like to see the real world investigation, and they will go to specific firms, large firms, and they will see that how HRM practices are going on, what is the organizational culture they are following, and how they are able to achieve successful employee engagement, or maybe unsuccessful. It could be both ways. Now, this is actually for you, for the participants. If you were already in a program of DBA, I would say that you should be proud of yourself because you are the part of market trend. You are doing something which is already, growing, and there is a very bright future for DBA. And because we all do not restrict DBA to join any of the sector, so it's like open door for all. But there could be many participants from not from you can say who are not the part of education, or maybe they're still in the decisive stage. For them, this is the point that they can choose either PhD or DBA, up to them, because both are terminal degree. And I'm not here to overshadow the importance of PhD or give more points to DBA. It's just the objective is to explain the market trend, what's going on in the market. Like this is the time of using artificial intelligence. If we are not able to learn about the technologies, we will see that we are lag behind, no matter what disciplines we are into. So if you want to do a theoretical work, you would like to add some new knowledge, new theories, you want to contribute a new academic field, my suggestion is go for PhD. But if you would like to have, for example, real world scenario, you want to test, you want to see, you want to work in a lab, you want to see what are the effects coming. You may fail. You again want to get back and apply and come back with new theories. Do a DBA. If you would like to have work in, for example, professor, researchers, policy advisor, hardcore, you can say academician, do a PhD. But if you would like to, you're focusing on improving your own business or taking a place as a consulting roles or senior manager or in the management section, my suggestion is a DBA for you. If your objective is to contribute to the knowledge, do a PhD. But if you would like to fill the gap between the knowledge and theory, and you would like to see that how it's bringing the real outcomes, do a DBA. Now, for example, if you have a problem for duration, typically we say 3 to 5 years for DBA. But as I told you that we here in EU Global, we have an opportunity for 2 years also. So if you are struggling, if you do not have much time, or you would like to have a flexible learning environment, you want to focus on part-time also, my suggestion is DBA. But if you want to be associated with research labs for longer time, doing lots of theoretical work, engaging yourself in studies, PhD is a good option for you. If you want to contribute in new models, working lots on theories, lots of framework, in-depth learning about the theories, go for PhD. But if you would like to learn about the practical impact of theories in the business problems, PhD is the right option. DBA is the right option for you. Methodology, yes, please. Yes, please. I'm open to the question.
Nothing, ma'am. Like we already enrolled to DBA, right?
Yeah, so you should be proud of you, but this session is open for all. That's why I was explaining this. Anyway, go ahead.
No, nothing. I was just telling that we are already enrolled to DBA.
So you should, so you are already doing something which is like a hot cake in the market, right? And after this session, you will feel proud of being the part of DBA, right? Okay, so without wasting time, and we can move to the next one. You are already a part of DBA, so you are already believing in the flexibility of the program. You are also looking for network opportunities. You also would like to have a contribution from business practices. And you're also depending on having a very good teaching and mentorship. And we wish you all the best for all these, you can say, opportunities that you will do in DBA. This is just the trend I would like to show you so that you can be confident about your decision. And after the session, you will go home and say, oh, I made the right choice. I did the right thing. This affirmation is also sometimes very important. So the objective of this workshop is definitely to give you an affirmation for your decision. Now for privacy issues, I have not disclosed the name of the program, but I have collected these statistics from you can say 4 programs actually. And I have seen that they are having DBA and PhD both programs. And here they have, for example, the criteria where they have given that for DBA, what are the weight, and for PhD, what were the weight. So the criteria was program reputation, faculty expertise, research opportunities, curriculum flexibility, cost, location, alumni network. But before I give you this decision matrix, it's just for learning about the matrix, learning about the market trend. I would like to ask you, what was the criteria for you to choose a DBA program? In, for example, let's say in a particular place. Was it curriculum flexibility or a reputation or, I mean, what is, you can the stimuli that you identified for doing a DBA program? What made you to do
Hi,
a
Dr.
DBA?
Aisha. Hello, Dr. Aisha.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I think for me it was more the curriculum as I looked at it, and it's a combination of all of those things that um, it touched on my desire and goal of being an active participant within within the private sector, and also the ability to work at the same time attend school online, not necessarily having to be attending school physically, and even the duration of the course. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw it as something that offered a basket that was quite appealing to me, and hence my submission for the course.
Yeah. Yeah. Best wishes to you. You are in the right place.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to share his or her insight for choosing a DBA?
For me, also, is the curriculum flexibility is the main, which we can work also and we can study also. So for me, this is a key reason to choose this kind of a DBA program.
And also, Mr. Kuldeep, you definitely would like to enhance your knowledge. This should be the priority also, as one of the objectives, I would say that
And
all of us would be having. Yeah?
that is the main thing.
Yeah,
But having
yes.
the curriculum flexibility and the work flexibility parallelly, then only we entered into this
Excellent.
program. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. Best wishes to you. Anyone else would like to contribute?
Yeah. For me, Dr. Shades, more about the practical real world applicability of this program. As in, whatever knowledge which I'll be gaining through this research methodologies, I can be able to validate or implement in my real world experiences. So, this can maybe bring out a better outcome for my opportunities or career overall. So, this is the main reason for me.
Great. So what I'm looking forward to that we will be having a lots of real contribution by all the scholars, DBA scholars in the real world. You will be contributing not only as a knowledge or a learning for yourself, also for the community by providing some real outcomes for businesses, for any sector, I would say, that you would like to go ahead. Great. So let me show you the same trend that I have here, the decision matrix. So this was, for example, the criteria. And here, as when we compared different programs for DBA and PhD, we found that there is lots of twigs, lots of mingling, and we found that yes, DBA is growing. However, PhD has its own relevance. I mean, we cannot deny the relevance of PhD as well. But because DBA is one excellent program to serve the need of professionals, the people who would like to enhance their knowledge, the people who are seeking a flexible platform for learning, self-paced platform for learning. So DBA is definitely a very good option. So both have to go hand in hand depending on individual's need. However, we see that there is a program which is like you can see DBA program B. We have seen that constant increase in the enrollment. There were some changes also. There were some ups and downs, but overall, you can see there's a Twix. So today in this session, we became more confident about what we are doing. And we know that there is a difference between PhD and DBA, but DBA is a program that is well suited and most, you can say, fit for our situation, for our requirements, and that is why we are here as a DBA scholar. However, we know the difference that PhD could be ideal for the people who would like to advance theory, focus on academic career, contribute as a research-based innovation, whereas the DBA is more for professionals and aiming to apply theoretical knowledge into coming up and solving some real business problems, often related to leadership or consulting roles. But before I move ahead or before I conclude and say happy learning to you, I invite you all for the discussion, and then I will give you a very good news. Is there anyone who would like to contribute, have questions, or discuss something with me?
Okay, ma'am, one question, like when we will decide the topic that which we are going to work on further?
Sumitra, the topic you can decide now. For example, you know that which setup you are in, what is your profession, and what would you like to do. We will only be facilitating you in affirming your topic, in making sure that what topic you have chosen is feasible, can be done in the you can say as a DBA research objective. The topic is enough to be, as you asked the same question, the topic is enough to be have as a DBA dissertation. That will come as a process. Everything is very streamlined here. It will come as a process. You will learn some, you can say, fundamental modules. Yeah, and you will learn, for example, how to identify research objectives, the objectives that you already have on your mind, how you can reframe it, refine it, and you can say confirm that I have to complete my DBA in this research area. So it's a gradual process, and the process will not take longer time. When you start taking the modules, you will see
Ma'am,
that
I have a
gradually
doubt.
you are, yeah, let me complete, please. Gradually, you are leading to your research objectives. So let's not be in haste. Go slow, step by step. You will reach to your destination. Yes, please. Your another question, Sumitra.
So suppose if I have an idea which is in ideation phase, for
Mhm.
which I want to, if I have to move that to the implementation phase, so can I include that in my research?
Yes, because DBA is about implementation. It is outcome based. Without implementation, having a dissertation, that means you are writing up the work that you have conducted in the real scenario. Definitely you can do that. But at the same time, Sumitra, before we decide anything, we do a feasibility test. This is a very important point. I think I have been discussing a lot that before we identify our research questions, 3 questions, 4 questions, we test these questions based on the indicators and criteria. These criteria are, for example, if they are measurable, if they are cost effective, if the data will be duly available, if we will be able to cover that in the due course of time. For example, if we are looking ahead to complete our DBA in, for example, 2 to 3 years or maximum 4 years, as an example, are we going to do this? Are we able to do this? Do we need to get more specific? Are we getting lost? There will be so many questions that we would be asking while doing these modules together before we actually decide our research objectives. I know what's the dilemma going on your mind, that when we will learn what are our research objectives. So don't worry, sooner you will know about it and you will be confident about it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, please. Yes, please. I would like to have some more discussion points if there's any.
I don't have a
Hello, Dr.
discussion
Ashi. You
with Dr. Ashi. Sorry, Piyush. I think just thank you for the way in which you have juxtaposed the PhD and the DBA, because even though I have registered for the DBA, there was still a question in my mind around, what
Yeah,
is
Busi.
industry accept, which is better for what it is that I'm trying to achieve. And this has helped to solidify that I've made the right choice for myself.
What's the confusion, Busi? Would you mind saying it again?
No, I'm saying this has helped clarify the confusion I had in my own head around should I have gone for a PhD? Is a DBA indeed better? So I have more clarity now around the path that I'm taking.
Thank you so much, Busi. Best wishes to you. Yes, please, Piyush, you had a question.
Yeah, so I was just wanted to ask. So right now, I means I'm already enrolled in. I'm in the course. I'm also completing few modules. So I just want to understand. So will there
Yeah.
be any live classes as well, or everything will be online?
No, no, we will be having live sessions also. It's a combination. This is how we do. We will have self-paced learning, which you will be listening from videos, going through
Yeah.
the content, and definitely we will be having live sessions where you will like today you are discussing things with me. There will be some other you can say supervisors or experts from academics and industries. They would definitely will be answering your questions. Apart from that, you will be allotted a specific supervisor who will be taking care of all your queries and will be guiding you in a well organized and streamlined manner. So don't worry about that.
Okay, so that will take place after some time, correct? Or
Everything is planned, to be honest, and you step by step you will follow that. For example, if you have
okay,
completed a module, yeah, if you have completed a module, before you go to the next step, you will be informed that what are the, for example, you will be the part of discussion, and once you are a part of discussion you will learn that what other things are required from your side. So gradually this dilemma will be clearer the more you move ahead in the program.
okay. Thanks, Ash. Thank you.
Welcome. Who else has a question?
So for same, I have same question for research topic. So
Yeah.
do we need to select two three topics? Then institute will be shortlisting out of that two three topic, or only one topic we need to decide.
I'll give you a very interesting answer for this, Kuldeep. We are always confused if we are going in a party. I mean, this is a very small example. Shall I take a red or green or blue? And then finally you take a blue. It's up to you. But this is not the scenario with research objectives, let me tell you. Research objective is a very, you can say, it's a very thoughtful process. It's a
Mhm.
process, actually, and you will go through a process. It will not come in a day. Like today, if I want to give you a research topic, it's not possible. Even if you know that you want to do a study in artificial intelligence in healthcare sector, you are very adamant, then also I cannot specify your research objective. It has to come when you will learn about the management theories, you will learn about the leadership theories, you will learn about the qualitative and quantitative research methods, you will learn about how to do a literature review. You're doing all that, and during this process, you yourself will get an opportunity to identify your research objectives. Now, you will not actually identify the research objective, the area you will identify.
Right,
Research
right.
objectives, you will be able to do it with your supervisor. You will
Okay.
have a monitoring with them because objectives are very specific. They are very technical terms.
Mm-hmm.
It should fulfill some specific criteria. So if those criteria are not fulfilled, we cannot say that they are research objectives. So that will be definitely with the monitoring and the guidance of supervisor, you will be able to learn that. Right?
Right, right. Thank you.
Yeah. But we will be having one session where we will explain you a feasibility analysis for your research goals and research objectives. So that will help you a lot.
So, thank you.
Yeah. Do we have any other discussion or shall I move to the next part? Actually, we are almost done.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
go
you
ahead.
were about to say something good news. We are waiting for that.
Yeah, yes, the good news. The good news is here with you. After the key takeaways, the good news is that we have initiated a book by EU Global, and this is with IGI Global. US publishers, very prestigious, I would say. And they are very fast in Scopus indexing also. So the name of the book is Transforming Business Practices with AI-Powered Green Marketing. This is open for the free publication for all the DBA scholars from European Global. If you would like to contribute, if you would like to have a publication, there is a link given to you. We are also sharing it on our event on the web page of EU Global. You can go and have all information how you can contribute or how you can be a part of it. You have to propose, for example, an abstract, and I can guide you how to write a chapter. So before you actually start your work, you can also have a publication if your area is like related to green marketing. So this was a good news for you. And this publication is a Scopus Index publication. We all know what is Scopus Index publication. This is one of the most prestigious, highly acclaimed, and very, very distinguished publication that usually costs lots of money for other publishers. But here we are having a standard publication, which is free for all the stages from acceptance to publication. I hope you are happy with the news.
Can you please elaborate on this, like how we can publish our books?
You will, and it's not about your book, it's about publishing your paper. This is the book. This is the book. I'm the editor of this book. Yeah, I'm the editor of this book. The name of the book is Transforming Business Practices with AI-Powered Green Marketing. The link is given. I can give you the link in the chat also. 1 second. And it is available, for example, for you on the event also. So what you need to do that you can follow the link to learn more about this. You will learn, there are many topics, almost 20 topics are given here. So what you can do that if you like to contribute, for example, you can submit your proposal and you can, for example, be a part of it. I am the editor, so I have an opportunity to help you in the publication. I can, for example, guide you how to write a paper and yeah. Do you have any other question for this? I will share the link with you in the chat. And
Okay,
also I will share all this information with you on EU Global Student Lounge. Okay?
Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed the learning today.
Yeah.
Happy learning to all of you.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank you, Dr.
Yeah.
Art.
Thank you. Good night, everyone. And thank you for being the part of
Thank
the
you,
session
Dr.
today. Thank you.
Dr. Ashi,
Okay.
could
Thanks,
you
Thank
please
Dr.
share the
Ashwin.
link?
Thanks, everyone.
Could you please share the link, Dr. Ashi, in the chat?
Yes. I'll share the link, and I will also share the link on, you can say, EU Global.
Sure.
Yeah, here is a link. I'm sorry, I just missed it. Here you go. Did you find the link? All the submission is through the link only, okay? But you can always send me a message if you have, for example, submitted anything so that I can take care of
Any
that.
deadlines, ma'am?
Yes, there is a deadlines because it is from the publishers. They have their deadlines.
Okay.
You will get the entire information while following this link, how you can submit your paper, what is you can say word length, what is the style of referencing, everything is given. And being your mentor, being your supervisor, I will guide you if you are interested in having a publication in my book.
I didn't get the link
Dr.
actually.
Ashi, we are even so. So I have not received it. Could you please share the over the mail, or could you please drop us a mail?
Yeah,
Will
that's
that
the
work?
best. That's the best. However, I have shared the link in the chat. I'm afraid why it didn't go. I think best is to have it on the email. And as I said, it's already shared on your event, on your webpage on EU Global. You can get the information from there also.
Sure.
Sure. And
And
if there is anything, you already have my email. You can contact with me through EU Global Students Lounge. I'm usually very prompt in answering. So yeah.
Thank you,
sure,
ma'am.
sure, Dr. Ashit. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All the best. Good night. Take care.
Good night. Bye bye.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Ashik.